It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Raiders and the Chiefs, next on Madden NFL 23.
The usual sea of red here in this venerable stadium has been turned white as we are high above snowy Arrowhead Stadium in KC. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gautin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather, snow, and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Bitter rivals going back to their AFL days in the 1960s. The Chiefs and Raiders are underway. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
Play action. Now Garoppolo. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag. So
the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Jimmy going to look to throw it on the first play. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. First carry for Josh Jacobs. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He hits Adams, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets 1st and goal.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. To throw, Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over. Security crew, incoming. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. The line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. To throw is Garoppolo. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It's a sack for a loss of 4, and that brings up 3rd down and goal.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Garoppolo now. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he is out of bounds here. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
They'll try and run with a fullback Johnson. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Many would call that a gutsy decision here early on to go for it 4th and goal. There was no hesitation. Field goal unit never sniffed the field.
It was a message, and the message was, I trust you on offense. Go out and make this happen. Go ahead and pick it up. You know what else he said? I trust my defense as well. If they don't get it, I know you're going to hold them. So it's a message to your entire team that you believe in them.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Well, they told us that he was just going to be a bear to defend, and usually tight ends are, Charles, but he's no exception to that rule. His second catch of the opening possession, and it gets him a 1st down.
Yeah, and they certainly saw something on his earlier reception. He went back and reported what he found. And one of the things about him, he's like a wide receiver to me, Brandon. He has a great sense of space and understanding where defenders are.
Yeah, we talk all the time, Charles, and it kind of gets cliche about the hands that he has, but really it's the truth. For a tight end, some of the best hands in the game. And again, it's Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Second and 2. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Here's 2nd and a yard. Mahomes now to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover it.
And McKinnon is in for a Kansas City touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been 2 ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Marquez Valdez-Scantling bringing in that one for Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
1st and goal, forget running the football, forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think 1st and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
Butker on for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Open man is Myers. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. There's Garoppolo to throw. Oh, the slant connects with Devontae Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Let's go now, let's go. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And it's complete to Adams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 0-1, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tucker roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping that one run. This drive is going pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, put it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. DeAndre Carter back deep. Oh, he shifts past him. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
On first down, Garoppolo. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Tershawn Wharton coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we couldn't counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
On the return, it's Tony.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he is going to lose yardage here.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And just a yard to go here on second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, hey, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
What do you think? Might have been 3rd down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Second and 8 coming up.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And finding the tight end Hooper.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Garoppolo now. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
After that throw, it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On 4th down, here's Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Mahomes to throw.
And this pass caught by Gray.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he will have a Chiefs first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they hooked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mahomes going to throw. Caught. Kelsey, left side. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now Mahomes. And that'll be caught by Tony. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. On 1st down, Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Second down and 3. And again, it's Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Mahomes now on 1st down. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raidersons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
So out come the Raiders. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Being chased out left. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. On first down, Garoppolo. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Throw right side complete to Carter. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. Second down and 4. Here's Garoppolo to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And it's third and 4. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Carlson able to put this one through, and they have regained the lead. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. From the 6. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Here comes Carter. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Jacoby Myers, 67 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And when you're thinking about your opening drive in the third quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, just sitting back in my chair, let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field.
The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Let's go get it now. Let's go, y'all.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 29, Mahomes got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. Mahomes now to throw.
Got his man complete. Moore.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
McKinnon now going to try the left side.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Let's rock and roll. Let's
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Mahomes.
Quick slant to Valdez-Scantling.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
Here's Tony on the quick slant. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
On second down, they'll run it here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the first down on that one?
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Isaiah Pacheco
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Raiders heading out to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He hits Adams, complete. Past the 20.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Davante Adams, 75 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the top speed he attained there, according to Next Gen Stats, 21.3 miles per hour. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's got the connection to Moore. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second down, McKinnon. And some room to run now. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I know the game continues to evolve, and we have a lot of exotic stuff nowadays. I can't help it. I love a good old-fashioned draw play.
Who's typically fooled on defense on a play like that, a successful draw play?
Typically, it's the defensive line that's fooled because they're just pinning their ears back and going after the quarterback. And once they create some space and you get past them, you usually have a long way to go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. Screen play, McKinnon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This one from 48 yards away. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll move him back within 6 now. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second in a couple.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Garoppolo. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
Let's do this, man.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's caught by Myers. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You're going to get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Garoppolo again. His throw incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. The slant connects with Devontae Adams. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Play action, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go with Jacobs. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Let's face it, the focus is going to be, at the end of this play, on the big-time gain, right? He lined up on the left and worked his way all the way to the right before the perfect pass found him. But how about the offensive line and the protection to give him enough time to work his way all the way across the field?
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Mahomes now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that'll move him back within 6 now. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Myers. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo.
It's Myers again with another catch.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. It's caught by Hooper. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Garoppolo's throw there complete to Myers. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short game.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Garoppolo. That is caught inside the 5. And the Raiders are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And with that pass, CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game. And even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read, heard about was the confidence he had that he could put up big numbers. Kudos to him for coming out here with that belief in himself and for making it happen.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Jacobs will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. Garoppolo looking to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he
won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Mahomes now on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Mahomes.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. He sets to fire deep. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And his throw here's incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Raiders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the 1st down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
69 yards on the ground for him so far.
I got you, baby. Get him going, baby.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. This one is caught. It's Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes to throw once more. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Let's go!
And again, it's Mahomes. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chiefs get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
That's right. I got you, baby.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.